So you are driving along, minding your own business, and suddenly the dreaded orange check engine light pops on. You scan it, and you get the code P0101, which reads Mass Airflow Circuit Range Performance. This is one of the most misunderstood codes in the book because most people see the words mass airflow and immediately run to the parts store to buy a new sensor. Please, stop right there. Put your wallet away. This code does not necessarily mean your sensor is dead. In fact, it often means the sensor is working perfectly fine, but it is confused. Let me explain what range performance means. Your car's computer is a logic machine. It constantly compares data from different sensors to see if they make sense together. It looks at your engine RPM, it looks at your throttle position sensor, and it looks at the mass airflow sensor. It knows that if the engine is at 2000 RPM and the throttle is 20% open, there should be a specific amount of air coming in. If the mass airflow sensor reports a number that is way higher or way lower than what the computer expects for those conditions, it sets P0101. It is saying, hey, this reading is out of range. It is irrational. So what causes this? The number one cause, believe it or not, is a vacuum leak. If you have a tear in the rubber intake boot between the sensor and the engine, air is getting sucked in that the sensor never measured. The sensor reports low airflow, but the engine is racing. The computer sees this mismatch and throws the code. Pop your hood and flex that rubber accordion tube. Look for cracks in the crevices. I bet you will find one. Another huge cause is a dirty throttle body. If your throttle plate has a ring of carbon buildup around it, it changes the airflow characteristics at idle. The computer expects a certain airflow at idle, but the carbon is blocking it or causing turbulence. Cleaning your throttle body with a rag and some solvent can often clear this code instantly. Of course, the sensor itself could be dirty, which we just talked about, so cleaning the mass airflow sensor is a great, cheap first step. But check the wiring too. Trace the harness from the sensor plug back a few inches. I've seen mice chew through these wires, or the wires rub against a hot engine bracket and short out, causing the signal to drop in and out. That intermittent signal will trigger a performance code immediately. Another sneaky culprit is an aftermarket air intake that was installed incorrectly. If the clamps are loose or if the filter is not seated right, turbulence hits the sensor. The mass airflow sensor needs smooth, straight airflow. If the air is swirling around because of a bad installation, the reading will bounce all over the place, triggering the code. Essentially, the P0101 code is a logic puzzle. It is the computer asking you to be a detective. It is rarely a case of a dead sensor, which would usually be a circuit low or circuit high code, like P0102 or P0103. Range performance is a system issue. Check for air leaks, clean the sensor, clean the throttle body, and check your air filter installation. 9 times out of 10, you will fix this with a screwdriver and a can of cleaner without ever buying a new part.